Number 5 in the Radiance range is Miami Blues, starring Alec Baldwin as Frederick, Jennifer Jason Leigh as Susie, and Fred Ward as Hoke Mosley. Now, one of the most interesting things about this is actually based on a series of books, or from a series of books, where the main character is Hoke Mosley. But here, he's kind of sidelined to become a kind of secondary character, and we spend a lot of our time with Frederick, this habitual criminal who is both enigmatic and just disgusting in almost everything that he does. He's a vicious animal. He targets people and nothing will stop in his way to get what he wants. What he wants is to rob and hurt them, and he will achieve that in almost every case that he enters.
My name's Ravindra. What's your name?
Trouble.
It's a horrible character and a wonderful performance, because you can really see the sleek veneer that Frederick has, this charm and style, the able to woo people and turn them around, but at the same time, behind this facade is a lethal animal, and you get to see that come out many times throughout this.
Ow. Now it's your engagement.
Near the start of the movie, he gets entwined with Susie, a hooker that's sent to his room, and initially he sees her as a commodity, and later on he kind of starts to soften a little bit towards her. I don't know if he ever fully changes. It's one of those characters that starts off in one place and doesn't really evolve the entirety of the film. He kind of stays a similar creature, and we watch him create a makeshift marriage, a makeshift home, move in with Susie, get her to stop the lifestyle of prostitution that she had and become a home wife for him. And he goes out and does his day-to-day job. His day-to-day job is robbing other criminals and brutally beating them up, leaving them with nothing and probably going to be incarcerated. And everything kind of takes a turn when Hoke Mosley stumbles across him while an investigation, and Frederick just doesn't like it. He goes to his house the next day, attacks him, knocks him out without him seeing who's doing the attacking, beating him up, steals his gun, steals his police badge, and of course steals his teeth, and then goes on a rampage pretending to be a cop, which is just hilarious. This film is so funny. There are moments that just laugh out loud ridiculous. There's moments where he's pretending to be a police officer. Sometimes he's capturing criminals and stealing their goods. Other times he's just stopping criminals from doing what they are doing.
Open the goddamn door now! Do it! Stop, bro, shoot!
There's a moment later on which Hoke is finally caught up with Frederick and they're chasing each other, and this happens.
Freeze, police! Freeze, police!
And I just thought that was a hilarious sequence where he's just bought into this personality of being a police officer, that even when the identity of the person he stole is chasing after him, he's still sticking to this story that he's made up. Miami Blues was incredibly funny, incredibly over the top and silly. It's got this wonderful cinematography. It's got this wild sense of costuming. A lot of the clothes that Alec Baldwin wear, these pastel colours are kind of soft and mellow on him, hiding behind this vicious animal that's there. When it does get to violent sequences, they're quick, they're brutal and very destructive, usually to the other person other than Alec Baldwin. Fred Ward is great and brings a lot of levity to the role as Hoke Mosley, a kind of washed up police officer who's become the butt of jokes because of what happened to him. And because someone is out there pretending to be him, just causing his life utmost turmoil. And it's just kind of funny watching Fred Ward just try to get back on the beaten path, try to get some of the respect from his fellow officers and track down the person that's just caused all this chaos to him.
You got your gun, your badge, and your teeth. You are a disgrace to the police force.
I loved revisiting Miami Blues. I found it to be so funny and engaging and silly. Moments of violence punctuated by humour that were just so effortless at times. And it's funny seeing George Armitage do this, knowing that later on he would do Grosse Point Blank, a movie about a killer with a crisis of conscience. Whereas in this version, this killer has none of that whatsoever. This is one that will never change and will always be that crazed animal. From the moment he starts this movie, he kind of knows that he's destined back in jail or dead, and he wants to cause as much carnage and have as much fun as he can until he gets there. Terrific movie, well worth picking up, and that's before we even get to the extras. So let's jump in and have a look at those. So here we are in the disc for Miami Blues. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have Alec Baldwin and Jennifer Jason Leigh. The celebrated actors discuss their roles in Miami Blues, filmed for Shout Factory in 2015. This is a great addition. We've got both these actors being really candid and talking about the film with a lot of fondness, which was just terrific to see that they still loved this after all that time. Next up, we have David Jenkins. Writer and author David Jenkins provides an appreciation of Miami Blues and examines the film and Jonathan Demme's role within the production. Filmed exclusively for Radiance in October 2022. It's 12 minutes, and yeah, I really like the inclusion of Demme. How he kind of was a producer in the film, how he started the production or introduced it to Baldwin back in 1987. Some great information in here as well. Next we have Maxim Jakubowski. Writer and crime fiction expert Maxim Jakubowski looks at the source of Miami Blues in Charles Wilford and his novel discussing the life and work of the character of Hoke Mosley and the adaptation of the book to film. Filmed exclusively for Radiance in October 2022. This is 11 minutes and 16 seconds. This was a terrific extra, and I always know a great extra when I finish it and I wanted to instantly dive into the rest of the books of Hoke Mosley, talking about them, how the writer became a writer, which was just fantastic. And even though it's only 11 minutes, it is packed with information and is well worth watching. We also get a gallery and a trailer in this one as well. And that's the disc for Miami Blues. There we have it. Another winner from Radiance. That's 3 movies down for there so far. All very different, all very essential. Ones that I would say, yes, you've got to have these in your collection. Have you seen Miami Blues? I would love to know your opinion of the movie. So let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle, whether you're going to pick this up or if you've already picked it up. I'm really curious to know. There is more content up here where you can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, the membership program and manvfilm.com. All ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.